Okay, so we are back for Microsoft Windows Server 2012, and this time we're in Chapter 8, and we are going to do Activity 8-5, Configuring and Testing a GPO. So first let's get into our Server 1. It says, and open Active Directory users and computers. So we are in Server 1. We'll get logged in real quick. And then once we get in there, we're going to open up the Active Directory users and computers. So we'll need to go to our server management. Okay, finally, when Server Manager is opened, we're going to Active Directory users and computers. Okay, so once we get into our Active Directory users and computers, we'll go into the local server, click on the computers folder, and then it says to drag the 410 Win8 computer account to the test OU3 account. So let's take it over here and drag it over there. And if necessary, click yes in the warning message. So go ahead and click yes. Open the Group Policy Management console. Which is in your tools, in your Server Manager dashboard. So Group Policy Management right there. And let's go to test OU3. Expand that. Right click this and edit. Someday it will open so that I can edit. There we go. And then it'll open the Group Policy Editor Management. So once Group Policy Management Editor opens, we are going to click and expand the computer configuration, and then policies, and then under policies we need to expand the Windows settings, so make sure it's the little arrow. And then Windows settings. And then security settings. And then we're going to expand, last but not least, local policies. Oh, that's not last but not least either. So local policies, and then click user rights assignments. In the right pane, double click allow log on locally. And to open its properties dialog box, notice that the policy setting is currently not defined. Click the define these policy settings checkbox and then click add user or group. So we are going to click browse and type in administrators. And check name. And click OK 3 times. 1, 2, 3, Beetlejuice. It's on Windows 4 8 login. So that's it for server 1 for now. We're going to scooch over to Windows, the 410 machine, and we are going to log in to the domain as administrator. So we need to go administrator. What? Oh my god. Stupid me. Can't remember what I used for my administrator username and password, so make sure you have that handy and don't be like me and change it to something that you wouldn't normally use. So then you can log in. So that you can try to log in. Okay, all of that for no reason really, because I was trying to sign on as a local user with the administrator username and password, and that obviously does not work. So don't do that. Just go ahead and sign in 410 Windows 8 user. That gives you the server. Don't be a dummy. Alright, so now that you're here in your 410 Windows server, just right click your start menu. Right click your start menu. Right freaking click your start menu. Go to run. Type in secpool. .sc. Push enter. The local security policy MMC contains only security settings for the local computer and is the section of the policy that was modified in step 5, which we did in server 1. So we're going to wait for that to run. Okay, what felt like forever later, we finally have our local security policy up and running. And so we're going to expand local policies and then click on user right assignments. If the allow log on locally policy does not have the domain GPO icon, which it does not, notice that it just looks like the rest of them. Instead, it should look like two computers together. If it does not have the icon, the policy hasn't been updated on the Windows 410 computer. If so, do the following. Close the local security policy MMC, open a command prompt window, and type group update. And just to be on the safe side, because my computer is being slow, we are going to type it as a /force. So that way it's forced into updating. And because it is extremely irritatingly slow right now. So in our command prompt, we're just going to write gp update space /force. The force applies all the policy settings, and it just basically forces the update to happen instead of just whatever updates the GP update applies. So we'll wait. Okay, so now you can see computer policy has completed, the update has completed successfully. So now that this is finished, let's try to go back in and see if the local security policy allows logon locally. So I hope you guys are enjoying my little time lapse right here with each little pause that I get, and it takes like 10 minutes. Okay, not literally 10 minutes, but I'm running 2 servers very slowly simultaneously on my i3, and it's not going as fast as I want it to. Okay, so we're going to go and expand local policies and go back into user rights assignments, and there we go, allow logon locally, and it's supposed to look like that. That's the icon we are looking for. So now that it is the icon, in the right pane, double click allow logon locally, and in the list box of users and groups, click administrators. Oh, the only one in there. Neither the add users group or the remove button is active because no users, not even administrators, can override the domain policies on the local computer. Click cancel. So we've been in here for no reason. Log off 410 Windows 8 and then try to log back on as test user 1. However, because you have restricted local logon to administrators only, you will see the following message. The sign-on method you are trying to use isn't allowed. For more information, contact your network administrator. Basically, you're not going to be successful to log in, and since my server is being so slow, I'm going to go ahead and skip that part. The logon method referred to the message is interactive logon or local logon. So, hang on just a second. Let me see if we're done with 410 Windows 8. No, because I want full credit on this whole assignment, I'm going to go ahead and go in there and log off and try to log in, and it's not going to let me. So bear with me, and hope you don't get as annoyed as I am with everything running as slowly. Except for you get the paused little snippet video, and it's literally taking me like an hour to do this. So let's sign out. And we'll just go back in and try to sign on as test user 1 and get the little message that pops up, because then we got to go into 410 server 1 and mess around in there for some stuff. So we're going to go to other user. The sign-in method using isn't allowed, blah, blah, blah. There we go. We got the message. Okay, so now it wants us to go to save time. In step 13, we have to, after we change, step 12. It says on 410 Windows 8, try again to log on as test user 1. You'll probably get the same message about not being able to log in because the policy hasn't been updated yet. Click OK. Restart the computer by clicking the button on the lower right for login. So I'm just going to restart now because hopefully when I get done doing these on 4 server 1, it'll be all synced up. change the allow login locally policy on GPO3. Damn it, now it's making us log back in because we got timed out. So we need to go to GPO3. Let's make sure that's where we are. Policy. Aha, GPO3. To undefined. Oh, great. So I'm gonna have to open that box clear back up. And that is computer configurations, policies, Windows settings, security settings, and local policies, and then users' rights. So go to allow login locally, define these policy settings, check the box and click OK. Oh, so we're going to undefined by clearing the checkbox and then click OK. And click OK. And then we're going to close Group Policy Management Editor and try to log in to 410 Windows 8. So we're going back in to try and log in as test user. Okay, great. It didn't go through. Dang, I thought it was going to be a little bit more clever than that. Click OK, then restart the computer. Recall that the computer's policies are updated every 90 minutes or when the computer restarts. So obviously it restarted before we changed that policy. And I hope we're still recording. Okay, we are. And once it's restarted, we're going to log back in to test user 1. And then it says only an administrator can run the local security policy MMC, but there's a workaround when you enter a command into the command prompt. So once we get in there, we are actually done with Windows, the 410 server 1. So I am just going to shut this server down so that the other one runs a little bit faster and we can finish up these commands for this recording for now. Okay, so now that we're back to this, let's see if we can get logged back in. Log on to 410 Windows 8 as test user 1. And it should go through this time because we changed the settings over in server 1. So once we get in there, we're going to click on start and open the command prompt for admin. So bear with me. I figured turning off the other server was going to make this run a little bit faster. Serves me right for thinking that. Joke's on me. Okay, so right click and we're going to run. I know, baby. Hang on. I'll give you notice when I get done, okay? And now I say, right here, command prompt admin. So that way we need username and password for administrator. I'm going to click yes. And that's, I hope it's for this machine that it's talking about. All right. And so now, okay, let's try this one since nothing else is working. So, let it be known that you can't do one without the other. You have to have your Windows Server 1, or you have to have your 4.10.1 server, whatever it's called, running the same time you have your 4.10 Windows running in order to pull up your administrator command prompt. Oh, takes me forever to figure that out. Obviously, it's been 20 minutes already. So now let's get this over with. We have 3 more steps left. Type in this set.msc, hit enter, and it says the next step is in the local security policy console, click to expand local policies and user rights assignment. In the right pane, double click allow, log on locally. And I'm assuming it wants us to do that here within this, because what else would the point be in, aha, there it is, it's opening now. Entering those commands is to get the local policies thing that open. Very well, here we are. Local policies, user rights, and allow log on locally. Notice that this right is now assigned from a local GPO. I don't know where we would notice that. Rather than a domain GPO, so you can make changes if needed. Oh, right, so we can make changes because these aren't grayed out anymore. And then we just have to click OK. There's nothing we have to do in here but check that out. OK. Unlink GPO3 from test OU3. And then log off Windows 8. So we're going to have to go. Okay, so step 16, it says unlink GPO3 from test OU3. The only way I know how to do that is to go back into your group policy management. There's test OU3, and link enabled. So let's just delete that, and it says, do you want to delete this link? This will not delete the GPO itself, it'll just delete the link, and so we say okay. And then that's done. It's no longer linked to test 3. Log off Windows 8, and that's it for activity 8-5. So, yeah, that's it. See you next time. Hopefully, it'll go faster next time.